Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Happy Friday. With it being Friday, that means it's time for another weekly beauty chit chat. Per usual, I have a fun little lineup from this past week. I actually have a couple of things that I think I might actually be ready to declutter from my collection. So a couple flops, if you will, that I'm going to mention towards the end of the video. But yeah, you guys, we're going to dive into it. Before we do, if you would like to read up more about these products yourself, purchase them, read other people's reviews, look at in-depth ingredient information, yada, yada, yada. Check out the description box. I will have everything linked down there. So yeah, hope you guys had a good week. By the way, my week was pretty good. I did start it with another ear infection, but that is on the mend now. So hopefully this is my last ear infection here for a good long while, because my body is definitely going through some really positive changes right now with the hormone replacement therapy. And I was kind of thinking that maybe these ear infections were linked to my hormonal problems. We'll see. I do have to go see an ear, nose, and throat doctor as well, because the amount of infections that I've had over the last just couple of years have been astounding, and I'm actually kind of starting to wonder if it's affecting my hearing. So yeah, I need to get that squared away. Anyway, you guys, let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna start with the smelly things. So let's start with perfume. I actually have 3 from this past week. I've been testing out a few perfumes, but then also there have been some other days where I have really been craving some of my vanillas. So these were the 3 that I reached for the most. So the first one here, I am actually, you guys, I have maybe a couple of sprays left. I love finishing a perfume. And I already have a backup of this one because I love it so much. This is the Comptoir Sud Pacifique Vanille Extreme. If you want to smell like an actual frosted vanilla cupcake, she's your girl. Oh, pure heavenly goodness with this one. I absolutely adore it. Very sweet. I don't think this one is cloying at all, but I do think it's kind of almost nearing into that territory potentially for some people. It is quite sweet, but you really do get a cupcake, like vanilla cupcake vibe, with then a creamy vanilla buttercream frosting. It's just vanilla all around. It's perfect. Also, I like this one to layer with other fragrances. Absolutely love it. A slightly like deeper vanilla that I love so much, and that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, is the Penrose Secret Genius. Oh my word. Now this is more of a sophisticated, more perfumey type of vanilla. There's definitely some amber in here. I feel like it is sweet. It's not an edible scent. This smells edible. This is definitely perfume, but so well done and lovely. This one right here gets me compliments like you wouldn't believe. Everyone that smells this fragrance is like, what is that? Where can I get it? It is absolutely divine, and I wish that more people would try it. It is so good. This is a newer vanilla to my collection. I recently reviewed this. This is the 5 SENS In Too Deep. Ooh, this one has sandalwood in it. So it's got kind of a nice creamy base. A beautiful, I think it's Madagascar vanilla that's in here. Does it? No, it's Tahitian vanilla. Italian bergamot, sparkling sugar, Australian sandalwood, as well as musk. It is more of, again, a musky vanilla. So it leans a little bit more into that like perfumey category versus like edible, more gourmand vanilla. But oh man, she is so good. She is absolutely delicious. And I think for me, it's the sandalwood here that really makes this vanilla a little bit different. It just adds a lot of depth to it, and again, a little bit more creaminess. And the vanilla does have a little bit of a almost like orchid type vibe to it, where it's got a little touch of that floral. Oh, it's so good. Love it. Love all three of these. Highly recommend. If you're in the market for a new vanilla, here's 3 options for you because they are delightful. Okay, and then sticking with the smelly things, I finally decided to open this week. This is the Philosophy Falling in Love Nourishing Hand and Nail Cream. Okay, let's put some on just so you guys can see the texture of it. My hands are a little bit dry right now, so they could definitely use it. I have kept this downstairs by the sink, but as soon as it goes on, it's one of those where it's just instantly soothing to the skin. It does have a bit of a kind of like a silicone glove type feeling at first. So it does take a little while for this to fully absorb into the skin, but as long as I rub it in really well, this does not feel greasy on my fingers. It takes a little while, but once it absorbs, it just leaves my hands looking so smooth and hydrated. And more importantly, my hands feel hydrated. With it being obviously January and we're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's cold, at least it is here in Oregon. I really find that my hands are just drying out constantly. So I am a huge fan of reapplying creams like this throughout the day. And this one has been fantastic because once again, it is scented with one of my all-time favorite perfumes, Falling in Love. Falling in Love is what I wore on my wedding day, and every time I smell it, it just reminds me what a great day that was. That was a great day. I had a great wedding. We had a lot of fun. Went by way too fast, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, this is delightful. I don't know if this is available on its own. I did purchase this in a QVC TSV type situation when Philosophy was on this past year. I think it was it right before the holidays this came out? May have even been in September. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, it's delightful. If I can find this on its own, I'll definitely link it. Or maybe QVC still has a similar kit that maybe has this in it. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. But yeah. All right, let's move on to some skincare. First of all, I got out another one of these. I had a backup of this because I really have enjoyed this product. Especially during the winter months. This is the Murad Hydration Revitalixer Recovery Cream. I don't know why I had a hard time saying that, but this is a very soothing, I'll have the key ingredients going across the screen here. This is a very soothing, hydrating serum. And again, with it being winter, I feel like the moisture is just being zapped from my skin. That includes my face. So I've had kind of a tough time with some dryness around my nose and around my mouth here. It has definitely improved, but you can see that I've definitely been using this pretty aggressively. I'm already down to here. It's a little deceptive because there's a thing in the middle that draws up these, do you see those little beads in there? Those little, I like to call them moisture beads. They're floating in a serum, and as this gets drawn up and then pumped out, the little beads pop, and the elixir that's in there gets mixed in with the serum itself, and it is just so soothing. I will say there is some fragrance in this, so this is not going to be for those of you whose skin cannot tolerate fragrance at all. It's not heavy, it's not offensive, but it is there, and I just want you to be aware of that just in case you were thinking about investing in this. It's a little bit spendy, but look, I have always purchased this on my own. This is never, Murad I don't think has ever sent me any PR. I really like Murad products, and this is something that I've repurchased probably at least 3 or 4 times. So that says something. That's a great product. I went through one of these bottles last year as well, so she's a good one. All right. This is new. I was using the pharmacy waterless vitamin C serum, but I received a random PR package from Verst, was it the week before last? and they included a couple of their new products. I believe they did some reformulating and they did a little bit of repackaging. I've tried a few things from Verst before. I do think they have a good skincare line and it is quite affordable. I'm pretty sure they're available at Target. Are they at Ulta? I'll have to look that up. But anyway, this is their Weekend Glow Brightening Serum. This has vitamin C and licorice root in it. You guys, this is really good. I think I like this just as much as the Pharmacy Waterless Vitamin C Serum that I was using. Again, lovely texture on this. Slightly thicker than the Pharmacy. You can see here. So nice, like, serum consistency, not too sticky, and definitely absorbs rather quickly into your skin. And this is something that I've been using as a part of my morning routine, not every single morning, but I have noticed that the mornings where I am using this, I do think my skin just looks a little bit brighter, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more maybe nourished, if you will. But yeah, great packaging on this as well. Completely airless pump. Really easy to get the product out. What is this? 1 fluid ounce here. So again, I'll have it linked down below. I'm not sure what the price point of this, but Verst is quite affordable. So if you are in the market for a more budget vitamin C serum, so far so good on this one. I'm gonna keep using it and I will do one of my skincare updates videos coming up here shortly. So I will let you guys know a little bit more about this then, but I really like that. Okay, I've got kind of a lot of makeup to talk about this week. First thing, I wanna discuss a new mascara that I'm trying. I don't think that I've ever tried this one from CoverGirl. I love CoverGirl mascara. When it comes to drugstore mascara, CoverGirl, I think, is the very best. Even back in the 90s, CoverGirl was probably my favorite. It was one of my favorite drugstore brands for sure. I was always a fan of the CoverGirl ads in my like 17 magazines and stuff. Nikki Taylor, who loved Nikki Taylor. Anyway, this is CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion here. And like I said, I don't think I've tried this one. I love the regular orange Lash Blast and I love the, where is it? The CoverGirl, well, it's not a Lash Blast, it's a clump crusher, but same type of packaging, obviously just different colors. So this one is great if you, want a really full, voluminous, but separated lash look. This one here is supposed to be both lengthening and volumizing. My lashes are kind of in a weird spot right now because I'm going through a shedding phase. So I have some random long lashes that haven't shed quite yet, and then I have some shorter lashes that are growing in. Your lashes, obviously, as I'm sure you're aware, they cycle, and so, you know, it's normal to lose your lashes, but for me it seems to like kind of happen all at the same time. I will have a period of like 5 months where my lashes look absolutely amazing just naturally on their own, and then I go through one of these shedding cycles that seems to happen almost all at once, and my lashes kind of look meh for a little bit, but they do tend to grow pretty quickly. I do think that my City Beauty Complete Skin Restore supplements really help with the quick regrowth of my lashes. But anyway, back to this mascara, which is the point. I do really like this. I will say it is a little bit harder to work with this fat wand here because she is large and in charge. The thing that I do like about this one is that it does add a little bit of length to my shorter lashes. I don't get quite the volume that I really love. I have to at least do 3 coats, but with the 3 coats, it looks really good. I'm just used to the regular orange Lash Blast where I get like almost perfect volume with just 1 coat, but I usually always do 2 anyway. But this definitely requires 3. But I do think it's a good mascara for the lengthening portion of the claims here. So this is a good one. My blush this week was mostly this right here, and this is actually what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. I feel like I went a little ham with the blush today, but it's fine. This is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Raspberry. This was in my best of 2024 when it came to makeup. Didn't buy a whole lot of makeup last year other than, you know, replacements for things like foundation, mascara. I go through those rather quickly, but all the other stuff I typically don't go through super fast. I have a rather extensive blush collection still, but this is one that I think is absolutely worth pulling out every now and then. It's a beautiful, just raspberry color. So I think it's great basically year round. I've enjoyed this one during the fall and winter, but I could also, again, because of how it appears on my cheeks, definitely continue to use it throughout the spring as well as the summer. So anyway, this is really lovely. If this color doesn't float your boat, it's just mostly the formula that I want to address here, I guess you could say. It is so beautiful. It glides on the cheeks. She has some shades that are a little bit more shimmery. This one here is matte. Everything just looks so natural in terms of the blushes that I have purchased from Laura Geller. They always look beautiful on my cheeks. They stay put through, I would say, the majority of the day. I will say during the summer when I'm at my like oiliest, these do tend to fade a little faster. Not horrific. It's not bad. I'm still using them during the summer, but they do fade just a little bit faster than maybe some of my other blushes do, but they still are absolute stunners. So definitely worth checking these blushes out. Lips was the Lawless Balm Stick. It's a balm stick in the shade Whisper. This is that's what I have on my lips right now. I love it. It's very, very natural. It is essentially just one of those like mauvey nudes, I guess you could say. Really, really a lovely color, but here I am in love with the texture. Other people don't love the texture of this. I do. I think these are really fantastic, you guys. I am to the point now where with my first one, which was Pink Marshmallow, like I am scraping it across my lips because that's what I have left. That. So, you know, I can kind of like trying to get it on my lips, but I think I might call it with this one in the next day or two. Am I gonna dig the rest out? Probably not. Honestly, if I can get to this point with a lipstick, I consider this a successfully completed product. But is there more product just below the line here? Probably, but I don't want to depot it. I cannot find any of my lip pencil things anymore. I think I threw them all away because I wasn't really using them. So I don't know, but this is where I started with these Lawless balm sticks and I just absolutely adore them. So big fan, but now I'm working on the Whisper. So I want to try a few more shades from this line. I kind of want a fun, pretty coral for this spring and summer. So I think I need to take a look and see what they have for that. I really have no business buying any lip products because I recently did that lip declutter that I was talking about forever and a day about. I did it and it was depressing. I'll show you guys everything when I share my beauty empties here at the end of the month. It was a lot of lip products, but not nearly as many as I thought, quite honestly, but still a lot of money that I'm essentially just throwing in the garbage because I didn't use these lip products up fast enough before they essentially went bad. Okay, I have heard from so many like makeup gurus out there that 2025 is the year of the powder, and as an oily skinned girly, you have no idea how happy that makes me because I feel like everybody's always talking about cream products or liquid products, and that just doesn't work for me with my, still at this point, I guess I'm gonna call it combo skin. I'm still oily in other areas of my face, but obviously I'm starting to deal with some dryness here and there. So anyway, these two powders I have kind of been using for actually the last couple of weeks, and I love them both. First, the Huda Beauty. This is her Easy Bake Loose Setting and loose baking and setting powder in the shade Pound Cake. Originally, I was gonna go for the Cherry Blossom, which is the pink one, but I thought, you know what? I should probably go with something that just goes with my skin tone naturally. I don't have a lot of pink in my skin, but you guys, I love it. I love it. The only thing I don't like, and this is gonna be the same for both of these, is it has this packaging where it has the netting on the top. I am almost tempted to rip this out. I don't know. I just don't like this. I do think it is a good way to kind of control the powder coming out a little bit more, but I think I prefer those hard plastic sifters that you can kind of turn when you are not trying to like get the product out. But this did come with this little cover thing that I decided to keep, so I guess that's good. But yeah, there is a ton of product in here. And as I get deeper into this, I do see myself again removing that netting because it's just kind of hard to get the product out with that. So anyway, not necessarily a fan of the packaging, but a fan of the powder for sure. This is good. Thank you to those of you that encouraged me to get this one because you were right. I do love it. It's great for oily skin, combo skin. This one here is the Iconic London Velvet Blur Translucent Setting Powder. Oh, this one is lovely too. In terms of pore blurring, I think this one here is so incredibly good, you guys. This is the translucent, so perfect for pasty girls like myself. It does come with a really nice puff. I love this puff a lot. So I probably need to wash this soon. I put these powders on after my SPF settles into my skin. This I actually apply prior to my powder foundation, which is most days Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. So it does pick up a little bit of color from my tinted SPF. I'm using the Dermatology Physical Tinted Moisturizer SPF 44. This is their zinc oxide and titanium oxide SPF. So it's the 100% mineral one. That is my, I think that's definitely my favorite, I think, from Dermatology. But anyway, once again, we have the netting. I don't love this netting. So I'll probably, actually, I don't know if I necessarily have to, because this does unscrew, doesn't it? Oh, dang it. Oh, for some reason I thought it would take this thing off. No, that was, sorry. I promise you I'm not a bonehead. I just assumed wrong here. But yeah, so anyway, I'll be able to get the powder out completely because there is that nice wide opening. I'll just have to cut that netting at some point. As of right now, the way that I'm getting the powder out is I'm just turning this upside down and doing this, and then getting some of that powder onto the little puff pad here and then pressing that obviously into my skin. It really blurs the look of my pores so beautifully, absorbs excess oil throughout the day. It's fabulous. All right, last thing before we get to the for the week is this Marc Jacobs palette here. I have been craving a little bit of a like plummy eye look. I did a warmer look with this one earlier this week and I really didn't like that, but I do like these two plummy shades that are in this palette. By the way, 2025 is the year that we're supposed to see the return of Marc Jacobs Beauty, so let's move along here, Marc Jacobs, and give us the stuff. I have missed this brand so much. So over the next several weeks, I'm gonna be just focusing on a lot of my Marc Jacobs palettes. This is the one that I reached for mostly this week. It also comes with a really pretty blush. There's a highlighter in here, a bronzer, and then there's these 6 eyeshadow shades. Definitely a little bit powdery in here. This was a limited edition holiday situation here that I purchased. This is the Object of Desire Face and Eye Palette. Don't remember the year that I purchased this, but I just thought it was really pretty, kind of inconvenient, right? Like not very streamlined packaging here, but definitely fun. Love me a tassel. It's a cute little tassel here. All right, you guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm not sure that I can really wear the Bare Minerals Original Foundation anymore. This is the, Bare Minerals Original Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 15. I have 2 colors here, fairly light and then light. And what really sucks is that I purchased these in these big Mama Jama sizes. That's right. Now, these were like holiday releases, so they were a pretty good deal, to be totally honest. But for whatever reason, this powder doesn't sit right on my skin anymore. When I apply this, I don't feel like I can blend it into my skin the way that I can blend in the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. Like, it's kind of patchy, which is strange because even with other powder foundations that I have, like I have an Alima powder foundation that I have out right now that I'll kind of reach for randomly. And actually, is that it? Yeah, sorry. There's not a bunch of other ones, but I have used other powder foundations that do blend into the skin quite well. And I haven't reached for these in a long time, decided to try them a couple times this week. And both days that I tried, I was like, did I do something wrong? So the second day that I used them, I just blended these two shades together because neither is really a good color fit for me right now. Together they were a little bit more okay. But I would blend it into the skin with my usual mineral brush that I use. Actually, it wasn't that one. It was the Milani powder bronzer brush that I was using. And it just was not blending into my skin, you guys. I don't know what the deal is. I did, like I said, I've had them for a little while. Maybe they went bad. I don't know what the deal is, but it's kind of a bummer. So I am going to offer these up to Stella just in terms of like a powder if it works for her. It does have that SPF 15 in there, but I think at this point that SPF protection has probably degraded since these are both at least a couple of years old at this point. So that being said, I'll still let her play with them. And if she doesn't like them, then unfortunately they'll probably end up being tossed, which again is a bummer because obviously I spent money on these, but you live, you learn. This is why at this point I mostly just purchase a lot of what I know that like it works really well for me. This is why I keep sticking with the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. It's always fun to try new things, but yeah, I usually always end up going back to the faves. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have for you this week. I really appreciate you being here. Let me know if you have any questions. I also would love to know what you were really fond of this past week. Leave your favorites and maybe your not so favorites in the comments down below. Don't forget to check the description box if you want to check any of this stuff out yourself. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.